Shalom, welcome. One day closer to the King. The Most High allows one day, one more day to get it together. Come closer to Him. Hope everybody's having a beautiful and spirit-filled Sabbath. We want to look at Colossians 3 and 17 as always. Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Shabath, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Shabath. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior. We give praise and glory to the Most High and thank Him for allowing us to see another day closer to the Kingdom, to get it together. You know, we got one more day, and He allows us to be alive. For a lot of people, this is their last day, this is their homecoming, or whatever it is you want to call it. They died, and they being put away today. You know, at least they're getting away from here. You know, hopefully the judgment will be okay. Say what? What'd you say? Yeah, I know. Hopefully, I was going to finish saying what I was saying. You know, hopefully they were righteous in the eyes of the Most High and able to see the kingdom when the Most High bring the kingdom back to Israel. That's all I can say, you know. That's all we can hope for. And that's what hopefully everybody here is working toward, everlasting life, no more, no less. That's what it's all about, you know. Very much so. Just what you say. We're blessed to be able to see another day to get it together in the eyes of the Most High. And when the angels are, as they record, what they got to record for us in our everyday life, we have opportunity as they record what we're doing to have things that are beautiful in the sight of the Most High when they report to Him, so that we're not looked upon when the judgment comes and say, okay, you're not worthy. You're not worthy. So I hope everyone is hearing what I'm saying in the spirit and really understanding that it's very important that we work toward the things that are promised to Israel, and that's everlasting life. To live forever and to be able to have the kingdom. And this people is going to say, we're going to take the kingdom, so we're going to have the kingdom. We're going to have it. It's just a matter of how we go about in our attempt to make it there. You understand? That's what this is all about. I ask people, why are you in the truth? Or why are you here? I heard all kind of answers. All kind of answers. Except for the fact of to reach everlasting life. I'm like, wow. These are people that have been in the truth for a long time. So a lot of this is not no formality. This ain't something you come into and you look at. We ain't no religion. You know, we're coming back to our culture, who we are, who we were, who we're gonna be. Right? That's right. So that's what it's all about, people. No more, no less. We're not looking at trying to deviate or compromise like some have, sad to way we should be. And we shouldn't be that way. Hopefully, like I went over crazy, rebellious Israelites last night. Hopefully that was enough to touch some of you to realize just how important it is to stay on track. But the Most High said He's going to melt you. So I will melt you. But people they don't really respect the Most High. It's all about respect. They don't respect the Most High. They don't really think He'll do it. Don't really think He'll do it. Why? Because they have their own mindset of who their power is. It is not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You got to understand this. It's very, very serious. Because the Most High has been a consuming fire. Or Mashiach Yahushua, like I said, is fanning the flames away from us. Because none of us are unworthy for Him to sit Satan on us like He did Job. That's why I say you got to know the Most High, because it's something that people don't really, really understand. You got to step. What was Job doing? He was living his life, living large. You know what I mean? Rich, had everything going on, and the Most High asked Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Everything was going smooth for him. Have you considered my servant Job? That he's upright. A righteous man, very righteous man. Okay? And he told Satan to go down there and kill him. But he couldn't touch his body. Couldn't kill him. Then he told him he could touch his body. Put balls from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. And his woman told him, curse the Most High and die. That's what Satan said he wanted to have Job do, right? So that woman, you got to watch out for that woman, boy. That woman can be very, very much influenced by Satan. Straight up. It was from the garden. You know, I'm not here to offend any women, but this is the truth. Now what happened? How's she going to say the same thing that Satan said he's going to have Job do to the Most High? Curse the Most High and die. Right? And die. That's deep. But to show you how the Most High hates separation, He didn't get rid of her. Right. He still had to have, but remember the Most High killed his children. Right. And she had more children by him. Yeah. That's how the Most High hates separation. Now, the judgment after she died, I can't say what happened to her. But at the same time, she said what she said. Right. And she said exactly what Satan said. Yeah. That he was going to have Job do. Curse the Most High and die. So, knowing this, that's why I say we don't have the ability to look at ourselves in any way, shape, or form to think we have made it. Because what's Most High called us into this truth. You ain't made it. Get Matthew 12, 24 and 12. You ain't made it till this time. Well, read 11 and 12. You ain't made it until this. None of us understand this. I don't care if it's a leader, it's a student just coming in the door. Nobody made it until this.
It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 11.
Yeah, read that.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Right, so many false prophets are going to rise and deceive many. Because they're not really in this to win you to everlasting life in any way, shape, or form. If I was dealing with this word, you know, a lot of false prophets are in there to raise up themselves to be somebody in this hell. You can see it. They grandstand, they want the attention, it's just like entertainment. It's just like, I know for being an entertainment business, you know, you want everybody to come and enjoy what you're bringing for. You make it by having popularity. You see what I'm saying? Right. And that's what you see here. A lot of false prophets will arise and deceive many. You know, from the point of these pastors, preachers, teaching our people the wrong way, and you have those that are Israelites still. Right. Don't believe in the Mashiach Yahushua. You got those that got different doctrines and so forth, deceiving people. You know, we know in part, prophesy in part, and we're capable of making mistakes.
Right.
Understand that we are capable of making mistakes because we are just men. But who is that that's saying that? What leader is saying that?
Right.
Right? So people get caught up in, you know, this, that, and the third, like, oh, so when they mess up, then you be all flipped out because you trusted in man.
Right.
You trusted in man. And get Jeremiah 17:5. Hold that though.
Okay.
You trust in man. You better be trusting in this word of the Most High. That's the trust we gotta have in the word of the Most High. As you study to show yourself to be approved unto the Most High. Now we going here because many people are looking at men and they're exalting men. But read this.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus saith the Most High, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Read it again.
Thus saith the Most High.
Look what the Most High said. What he said?
Cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Look at that. Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. Read.
And maketh flesh his arm.
Maketh flesh his power. Read.
And whose heart departed from the Most High.
See, pretty soon your mind will depart from the Most High because you trusted in this man. You know, you see it all the time. You write it down the street, you see, founded by this man, and this church, founded by this man, you know, CEO of this church. Right? That's a business.
Right.
That's an organization, a business, non-profit organization. And then you think you call it the church or the people. The Most High don't dwell in temples made with hands. See, heaven is my throne. How you gonna make a building for the Most High? But they say, I feel the Spirit of God up in here. He ain't up in there. He ain't dealing with them.
Right.
I mean, not. Go back to Matthew 24.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 11. Matthew chapter 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Right. Many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. You know, telling our people they Gentiles and we Israelites. We the people of the book, but we don't know that. Why? Because we're taught that we're not the people of the book. We're taught that we're Gentiles. And that's all that we know. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound,
because wickedness in this world shall be plentiful. You know, look at all the wickedness that's happening now. You know, it's just sad. You know, sometimes I look at World Star, things that come on World Star, it's like, who could be wicked?
Right.
Who could do the most wicked things? Look at all the wicked things that's happening right now. People having guns and shootouts and so forth. You know, killing each other. For nothing. For nothing. How they killing each other in Chicago. Ain't nobody crying the blues about that. Let us do something to each other. We scrap up, go out there and shoot each other. Without anyone killing us ever since we came here.
right.
Ever since they have an opportunity to kill us. And tell us quick, fast, and hurry, get over it. And all we do is march. But we kill each other. And because iniquity shall abound, be plentiful in the earth, wickedness everywhere, baby.
The love of many shall wax cold.
See, the love of many shall wax cold. We all love us to get stronger and stronger toward each other. So it's contrary to the way the Most High said we should be.
Right.
Get 1 John 3 and verse 15. So you understand this? Just how the Most High feel about the love of many shall wax cold against each other. This is what you become, read. 1 John 3 and 15.
1 John chapter 3, verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
So whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, read.
And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him.
No murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. So go back to Matthew 24 and 12. See, this is the problem.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Right. So you got to endure to the end. It said the same shall be saved. You want to be saved? You want to make it to the kingdom? You got to endure to the end. Matthew 10:22.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death.
Yeah. Brother's going to deliver up brothers to death, man. That means they're going to be telling on each other. They're going to think they're doing the work of the Most High. Right. Or they're doing the work of Satan. They're doing the work of this kingdom too. If a brother shall deliver up a brother to death, read.
And the father, the child.
And the father, the child, man. His own child, man. Read.
And the children shall rise up against their parents.
See, the children are going to rise up against their parents, man. This is all the way contrary to the law. So why would they do this? Why would they do this? Because you're not under the law.
Right.
As they're teaching. So now they took the Most High and the Mashak out of schools. So who they leave there? Satan and the devil.
That's right.
These little imps. That's who's there. And they got something called the Spirit of God or something like that for Halloween. Y'all seen that?
Spirit of God?
Yeah, something like that, man.
Wicked.
A movie for Halloween. Probably Disney World, Disneyland.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Get Exodus 20 and 12. See, these are the things that we're looking at. Most people don't even know the Ten Commandments. And it tell you how the father gonna give up the child. The child gonna probably be wicked. You know? Yeah. And the child gonna turn against the parents, and it tells you this clearly. Read that. It's the law.
Matthew,
The Ten Commandments, read.
So like in Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee.
Yeah. So we're looking for everlasting life. So how you gonna have everlasting life when you just honor your parents? You know, you gotta suck that up, man. You gotta get off of that. Run from that. Don't even deal with disrespecting your parents. That's wrong. Read verse 21 in Matthew 10 again.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child. And the child shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death.
Wow. And it could be just to save their own life.
Right.
When it's all go down. Turn their own parents on, turn their child to the authorities. To go to these concentration camps or whatever. To kill them. To death. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
So we're going to be hated of all men for Baal Shem. Read.
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
That's right. Now you know this ain't no beautiful task that we're operating under. Just like it wasn't beautiful for Mashiach Yahushua. apostles, nor the prophets. Verse 16.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
See, he's sending us forth. In this world, if we go out as sheep in the midst of wolves, a wolf will eat a sheep up.
Yeah.
Just what he's telling us, read.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Right, he said we got to be wise as serpents. Wise as serpents and harmless as doves. At the same time, that means you have to come off with humility. But you still got to know the plot of your enemy. You got to know what these cats is trying to do. You got to know their direction. But if you don't know, then you just stuck with no power. Because he told us what to do. Now you want to follow it, you can follow it. If you don't want to follow it, that's on you. Get Ecclesiasticus in the pocket for 12 and 10.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
And he said, never trust thine enemy. It's on page 77. Read.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Say, never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, it take a long time for iron to rust. It might take a long time for you to see his wickedness. If you're not following what it says, the Most High telling us not to trust him. Like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Read.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself.
Yeah, man, though he humble us. This happened to us on the 6th day, man. We was out there in Watts. And his Edomite come up like right there in Watts. I mean, all places. Come up there like he humble, talking and say, yeah, y'all the ones that killed Mashiach Yahushua, the Romans. He tried to justify Pilate, said, let him go, wash his hands of it. Now, he whooped him after he said, I'll wash my hands of it. He had him whooped, he whooped him. Yeah. Beat him. Look at that movie Passion, you see what they did. You know what I mean? It was a beat down from the beginning to the end. Nothing but a beat down. Only it was us. It was, Mashiach Yahushua is a blue-black man, very dark-skinned man. He had an Edomite there, a so-called white man, and representing everybody. That's a lie. It wasn't there. Right. Not like that, except for the Romans. The Romans, the so-called white soldiers. Because they were the one that was